Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations 2015 Combiner Wars Motormaster, and I love this toy. This guy was just released in February of 2015, he's brand new, and he's starting to hit stores right now as of the time of his recording, and is retailing for approximately $25. He comes packaged in the Combiner Wars packaging that we've become familiar with the black background and the red lettering that I just think looks so cool. Of course, he's packaged in robot mode, like most of the Transformer figures are packaged now. And you've got you can see you got a nice window, so you can see the whole robot right in there. You can see part of his sword right here. Black background, Transformers in red lettering, and you got some cool artwork right here for Motormaster. Combiner Wars Motormaster, ages 8 and up. Over on the side, you've got some cool artwork just showing off Menasor rather than Motormaster, and it tells you that Motormaster is 3 of 5 for Menasor. Around the other side, nothing to see here, just a black background with the Autobot symbol, which is kind of weird because this is a Decepticon. So I don't know why it's got it on the top too. I don't know. I'm not complaining or anything. I just think this is kind of weird that they went with the red Autobot logo for all of the Combiner Wars instead of doing the red Autobot logo on the Autobots and the purple for the Decepticon. I don't know. So, but anyway, I just find it weird. I don't really care either way. And then around the back of the box, you've got the product shot showing Motormaster in both robot and truck mode. You've got a cool little bio right here. So if you want to pause it right now, go ahead and read that. And at least it's nice that it's got a little bit of a bio, at least, rather than the one sentence we've been getting with the Legends class guys. And you've got a little diagram right here showing Menasor with Motormaster right here in the center, and then the other Stunticons right there. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's get this guy out of his plastic and cardboard prison and check him out. And here we have Motormaster out of the package, and he comes packed with his instruction sheet right here, which is pretty nice. A cool little artwork right there. You've also got yourself the standard card that comes with the Combiner Wars figures. Now, this is weird because I don't know if I got all my ducks in a row here, but I'm under the impression that Motormaster was a Wave 2 figure. And now with all the deluxes that came out in Wave 2, they stopped coming with the cards. All of the Wave 2 deluxes have come with comic books instead of cards. However, Motormaster, which again I think he's a Wave 2, came with a card instead of comics. So I don't really know what's going on anymore, whether they're going to come with comics or cards. I guess we'll find out whenever we get them. I don't really know. But again, a little card and a little baggie there. You've got just nothing really on the back other than the logo. But some really cool artwork right there for Motormaster. We got a little bit of a shine, but yeah, he's got some really cool artwork. So there you go. There's the card for Motormaster. And you get Motormaster himself, and you've got his sword also. Let me go into the sword real quick because I'm going to set it aside until we get into robot mode. So the sword, of course, I'm not crazy about mounting the weapons to the actual vehicle modes. I'd rather prefer when you can hide them or something like that. But that's not the case with this guy. It's pretty much, same as Optimus. So, obviously, you can't mount this back here either. So, actually, what you do is this guy splits into two, which I think is really cool. So, right here, you're going to notice the sword splits. So, you can split that off. And now you've got yourself a handle down here. So, you've got yourself another smaller sword. And then you've got this guy here turns into a gun. So, this works as the guns for, the weapons, rather, for Motormaster. And then when you put it all together, it becomes a sword for Menasor himself. So, pretty cool. I like the way they worked that out. The weapon is pretty cool, if you ask me. So, now what you're going to want to do, if you want to store this in the vehicle mode, you notice that you've got two slots, one on each side of the sword here, and you've got two tabs, one on each side of the gun. So, just go ahead and take that guy and tab it on whatever side you want to tab it on. Doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. And then you can mount this guy on the back of Motormaster right there, and now he's carrying his weapon. So, there you go. If you like that kind of thing, there you go. That's where the weapon goes. Or if you're like me, you just take it off and set it off to the side. Because trucks don't have giant swords on their back. So, there you go. So, here's Motormaster in vehicle mode, which I think looks really nice. In vehicle mode, he's approximately 6.5 inches long and about 3 inches tall. And, of course, we're all ignoring the giant elephant in the room here. This is a remode slash repaint, slash retool of the Combiner Wars Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? We don't know. Everybody seems to think that this was the original intended purpose for this mold, and Optimus Prime came second. Why would Optimus Prime come out first in Wave 1? I don't know. I don't really know if it's true or not, but I will say this. It seems to be popular opinion that this mold works better as Motormaster, and I tend to agree. I think that this mold looks really, really nice. This truck mold is very, very fitting of Motormaster, and of course G1, the actual truck part of Motormaster. When Motormaster was in truck mode, he looked exactly like Optimus Prime. They looked identical. It was in robot mode that they look different. But, I think this works really, really well. For Motormaster, he looks really, really cool. I really like the colors. You've got some, he's pretty much dark gray all the way around, and he's got a lot of purple highlights, purple and silver, and some black and whatnot. Now, I wish that we could have gotten a little more purple, like right here. If you look at the side windows, let's see if I can get that focused in. You've got the little bit of purple on the back here, but then this side window and the front window are missing that purple, and that's a bit of a shame because that's a really nice, shiny, silvery, not silvery, a nice, shiny purple there that I think is going to be very hard, difficult to replicate for some customizers. So, for me, I'm not even going to try to replicate that color, so that's a shame because I'm not going to have painted in windows. But you've got the purples down here, which look really nice. Going all the way around, you've got the black wheels. Back of the truck, that pretty much looks like Prime right there. Going all the way around to the other side, pretty much the same thing there. In front of the truck looks really nice. I really like that chrome grill right there. Just looks. You know what this is? It's kind of, sort of, just hints at for me is the truck mode that Galvatron had in the Age of Extinction movie, which I really liked that truck mode. And the front of this truck kind of reminds me of that a lot, and I think that's why I like it so much, because it reminds me of that. So there's the front of the truck. Now, one major difference that you're going to see between this guy and Optimus in truck mode is that this guy actually has a wind vane. So let's just bring in Optimus real quick, and you can see these guys side by side. Pretty much the same thing on both of these guys. Let me back them up a little bit so we can see them better. So, yeah, pretty much the same mold for both of these guys. But what changes is going to be pretty much just the grill changes, the detail on the, what is this, like a wind fin or something, or a visor. Well, a visor. We'll call it a visor. The detail on the visor changes. Completely different visors on these guys. The windshields are actually, it's kind of difficult to tell. It's a very minor difference, but the windshields are molded differently. The headlights are molded differently. The whole front of the truck is completely different. Motormaster actually has a bumper with these toe straps here. Or these toe rings, rather. Toe hooks, toe rings, whatever. Motormaster has an actual bumper where Optimus Prime really just kind of is kind of sleek going down. And, of course, again, there's that wind vane at the top there. But looking at them from the side, they're pretty much going to be the same. You've got some minor molding differences here and there, like right here on the side. Obviously, Motormaster's got these stripes that you see on the side of Motormaster. These are actually molded in, and you don't have those on Prime. This panel right here that flips down for the arm is a different mold. The little, I guess it's like a door for like a toolbox or something here on Optimus Prime. You don't have that. This looks more like a window on Motormaster there. Now, the back of the truck, the toe part and the legs and all that, it's pretty much going to be the same. But, yeah, it's nice because they look very, very similar, yet they have quite a bit of molding differences between the two of them. So you can distinguish them when they're sitting side by side. You can still, besides the obvious colors, they don't just look like a repaint of each other. They actually do look like two different trucks, which is really, really nice. So there's Motormaster one more time in truck mode, and we'll get into the transformation. Transformation is going to be the exact same as it was with Optimus, so I'm just going to go through it real quick. I'm not going to detail it out a whole lot. The only difference that we're going to have is the wind vane right here. We're just going to flip these guys forward just like so. Other than that, the transformation is going to be the exact same as it was for Prime. Starting out in the front here with the arms. And why don't we go ahead and move this up, because I know we're going to get tall with this guy. Unhook those guys, bring them down and around, clip them to the side, bring the arms around, and then bring the legs down, straighten those out, separate, and bring out the feet. And then finally, rotate the head around. And there is Motormaster in his robot mode. And I think, once again, he looks really, really awesome. Let's get him standing straight here. Mr. Motormaster, it's time for your close-up. So let's try and look good here. There you go. That looks real nice. Here in robot mode, Motormaster is approximately 7.5 inches tall. And he looks really, really good. Again, popular opinion on this guy is that he makes a better Motormaster than he does Prime. And I think I'm going to have to agree, even though I absolutely love my Prime. And I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people are kind of lukewarm on him. I love him. I absolutely love this Prime. But that doesn't keep me from saying that I think he does work better as a Motormaster. He looks really nice. Let's just get in here real quick and try and get a shot of the detail. Let me see if I can get in here and get a nice shot of the head, because I absolutely adore the head on this guy. He's got that classic boxy head that Motormaster had. That looks really, really nice. It just looks so good. I really like that head right there. Check that guy out. It's too bad they don't have light piping on this guy. Light piping would probably look really cool on this guy. As far as articulation goes, you've got, now I don't know if this is a ball joint or a double hinge. Because of the way it feels, it kind of feels like it's a double hinge. Like you've got a rotation and then you've got a hinge that goes up and down. I think that's the way it works. At least that's the way it feels. But I really don't know for sure, and I can't get in there to see if it's a ball joint or what. But you got a little bit of up and down on the head, and of course you've got a rotation. You've got all the way around on the elbows. You've got another hinge out here, shoulders rather, and then you've got a hinge out here so that you can go out with the arms as well. Rotation above the elbow. You've got a double jointed elbow there because of the combination feature that you're going to see later. Nothing at the wrists. You do have a waist rotation, and again, that's going to come into play when we do the combined mode. You've got a universal joint at the hip. These are very strong, ratchety. You can hear how loud these guys are. So you've got in and out, you've got forward and backwards. There you go. You've got a rotation right above the knee. You've got a bend at the knee, good 90 right there, and you got a little bit of tilt on the feet due to transformation. So there you go. There's Motormaster once again, and I think he looks really good. That's just a little too wide of a stance. Let's bring that back in like so. And we'll try and give him a nice dynamic pose here, go all the way around, show you guys what he looks like. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this Motormaster. I think he looks awesome. All the detail on him and everything. The chest looks really, really nice. That Decepticon symbol looks really nice. And just all around a really nice, solid figure that just feels good to hold, and it feels nice to play with, and he feels sturdy. He feels good. I just really love how big and chunky and just sturdy this guy feels. And just to give you a view all the way around, he does have a little bit of a backpack. You guys know that already from Prime, and that is going to come into play for the combined mode right there. So there's a look at that. And, with this fin, you can leave it up like that, or you can bring it down like that if you want, although you are going to see that from the front if you do it. So it's kind of up to you. Dealer's choice there. Do it, whichever way you like better. I'm just going to keep it like that, at least for the purposes of the review, so you can see what he looks like. So yeah, there's Motormaster, and I love the way he looks. For comparison, here he is next to Prime, just so you can see how these guys look next to each other. And again, even though they're using the same, basic skeleton or basic mold or whatever, they still manage to successfully look like two completely different robots. You've got a completely different molded chest right here. The shoulders are completely different. And, the abdomen is completely different. Of course, you've got a different head. So, yeah, these guys do a good job of looking different from each other. And I think that is just really, really nice. So, there it is. One last look next to Prime. And then we're going to get into the combination mode. So let's get started with that. So again, same as we did with Prime. We're just going to go ahead and rotate the head back in, rotate the arms rotate the waist, and then we're going to bring the arms up, and that tab's going to go into that slot up there. And I don't know if it seems like these tabs are, for some reason, at least with mine, I have a harder time getting those arm tabs in there than I do with my Prime. Like, I can do it easier on Prime for some reason. At least that time, that was a little easier than it normally is. I don't know why. It just seems like I've been having a harder time with that, with this guy, than I did with Prime. Fist, you fold these guys down. You're going to bring the legs. You're going to split them out like this, or rotate them out, rather. Bring them up at the hips, about 3 clicks or so. Bend them at the knees, and then these panels are going to flip up, and you've got these slots here that are going to go into these tabs. And I know a lot of these are being a little difficult to see because we got a lot of black on this figure. So, and then finally, we're going to take this, we're going to bring it down, double hinge right here. So we're going to fold this guy all the way up to create his little crotch plate right there. Go ahead and open his chest panel and bring up his head. And there is the torso for Menasor. And I think this guy looks really, really cool. We'll try and get him to stand there. So there you go. There is the torso mode for Menasor, and just getting in close here so you can see detail of the head, which is really, really nice. Now, one thing that I don't know if I'm just remembering wrong or what, but I don't remember Menasor having horns, not like this anyway. He had those, the original anyway, he had like those 2 pieces that came out of the front, like out of the brow of his helmet, but they weren't actual like horns that came, like bull horns that came out of the side of his head. And it seems like nowadays, whenever you get a Motormaster, whether it be in comic book form or a drawing, or now we got him in a figure here, Menasor rather, you get him with these kind of a bull horns, and I don't know, they just seem out of place to me. I just can't seem to get used to them. But there you go. It's still a very, very cool looking figure, very cool looking Motormaster Menasor right there. And we'll go ahead and get him combined. So we'll start bringing these guys in, and we'll start connecting them. And again, these guys work exactly the way they did with Prime. So you saw the when I connected these guys to, not these guys, you saw the aerial bots when I connected them to Prime originally. So this works the exact same way. So those guys are just going to slide in right there. And I kind of like to turn these a little bit and just kind of, give them a little bit of a static, or not a static, a more of a dynamic pose there. And we'll back up a little bit and try and shoot up some. And then over here on the top, these guys are going to just slot right in there from the top of the shoulder. So just go ahead and slot that in. And see, that tab came off again. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's just with mine. Hopefully that's not like one of the downfalls of remolding figures. Because it just seems like those shoulders, I have to really hold them in there in place when I'm messing with the arms. So there's that one. We'll bring the last one in, get him connected and ready to go. Come on, buddy. All right. And then finally, see if we can get him in a better pose here. And then finally, we're going to bring, where'd he go? Blackjack right here. And same as it did with Optimus Prime, this guy doesn't seem to want to peg in there very sturdy. You've got 2 portholes right here on the bottom of the car. This one is solid, but the one on the back here, because it's the 2 legs, this guy tends to split. So that guy's not going to hold very well. But for some reason, the one on mine, the one on the front, doesn't hold that well either. So since we're on camera and things tend to go wrong whenever you're on camera, there's a good chance this guy's going to fall off on me while I'm moving him around. So, but we'll give it a shot there. There you go. There is Motormaster completely combined with the rest of the Stunticons to create Menasor. And this guy looks so awesome. Here in combined mode, Menasor stands approximately 11 inches tall, maybe 11 and a half if you want to count to the top of the horns there. And we'll bring the camera up just a little more so you can see him all the way there. Yeah, he looks very, very nice. Now, bringing the weapons in, and I forgot to do these with Motormaster, but we can still go ahead and do them this way. So this is what the weapons would have looked like. If you got your small sword there, and then you've got yourself a bit of a rifle right there. So you can see kind of what these guys look like. I should have done those with Motormaster, but I completely forgot. And this looks more like a little knife on him now because he's on Menasor. Oh, this guy looks so awesome. So we'll go ahead and take these guys out and put them back together. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Which way am I going? I'm lost here. No, I was doing it right. Okay. So there you go. There's just plug those guys back in just like so, and we'll give Motormaster or Menasor. Why do I keep mixing up their names? I don't know. So there he is. There is Menasor with his sword, and we'll just turn it that way so you can see what that looks like. There you go. There's Motormaster in his combined mode, and he looks awesome. Now for comparison, we'll see if we can get these guys both in the shot. We'll bring Menasor to the side here, and we'll bring in Superion so you can see what these guys look like side by side. And what a sight this is. This just looks so awesome. Blackjack is about to fall off. Any minute now, Blackjack's going to fall. And now you can just leave Blackjack out, and if you don't like the way he looks up there, or if he keeps falling on you, or if you can't find him, you can just take Blackjack out and just close his chest, and that still looks good too. And they did a good job at kind of replicating the little car look on that Menasor tends to have in his chest. So you can go with that too. Either way works. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get Blackjack back up here just so we have the entire thing. So there you go. There's Menasor side by side with Superion, and what a sight that is. These guys look so awesome side by side. I'm so glad that I finally was able to complete these guys. So there you go. One last look. Menasor with Superion, and then we'll get this guy off to the side. And just for nostalgia's sake, why don't we go ahead and take a look at him next to his G1 counterpart. So look at how tiny. We forget. I know I've said it a couple of times already in these last couple of reviews I've done, but really, we tend to forget how small these G1 figures used to be. So there you go. There's and now here's what I'm talking about with original Menasor. See, these guys aren't really like horns that are coming out of his head. They look more like they're just these pieces that are coming out of the brow of his helmet. I don't know. It just these horns, these kind of like bull horns, really don't resemble, to at least to my eye, they don't seem to resemble or really represent very well the way these horns look. But that's just me. But anyway, enough on that. There you go. There's Menasor next to Menasor, and that's just awesome. That looks so great right there. So, and I think that's about going to do it. So let's get this guy back in frame right here. And let's see, did we get them all in there? Yep, there he goes. He looks good. This guy looks so menacing. He looks fantastic. I saw pictures of this guy originally, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about him. But yeah, he looks so great in hand. And next to Superion especially, he looks fantastic. So I think that about does it for Transformers Generations 2015 Combiner Wars Motormaster / Menasor. What did you think of this figure, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.